Okay. It's 8 p.m. everyone. It's 8 p.m. and it's 8 p.m. and I'm gonna start. Okay, so if you're gonna be watching this video much later, it's good to have you join me. Good evening, everyone. Bella is here. Hi, Bella. Good to have you join me. Whoa, interesting. It's gonna be a big night tonight, and I promise not to stay too long here. I'll spend maybe 10 minutes and we are done. Okay, I know it's kind of echoing. I'm in an empty hall in the office. I know it's echoing, but I know you can still hear me still. So just drop me a message, leave me a message, let me know that you are actually hearing what I'm saying. So good evening once again, and welcome to joining me live on Insta Live. My name is Stanley Innocent. In case you're just meeting me for the first time, I'm a corporate workplace trainer, speaker, and author, and my job is just very simple: to help people find fulfillment on any job they find themselves doing. And so today, in the next few minutes, I'll be talking about I lost my job, but I'm fine. Whoa. I lost my job, but I'm fine. That sounds kind of ironic, right? How can someone lose his job and it's fine? Usually, when you lose your job, you become angry, you become frustrated, sometimes you become miserable or suicidal. But now I'm saying I lost my job, but I'm fine. How comes? What's making me fine and what's making me okay, despite the fact that I've lost my job? Now, let me begin by saying, a lot of people today do not want to work for other persons. A lot of people who I've met, and I'm sure you must have met people like that, they don't want to work for anybody. Okay, they want to run their own business, they want to run their own company, they don't want to work for any other person because they fear being fired. So I know countlessly you get to hear people say, me, I don't want to work for anybody. Me, I want to do my own thing. I want to start up my own company. I want to run my own business. I want to be my own boss. If you look at it very critically, the reason, or one of the reasons why people would prefer to work for themselves and not for any other person is because they fear being fired. Yes, they fear being, asked to leave the job, especially when they are not prepared. Let me paint you this picture. Imagine just waking up one morning, you get dressed for work, you're on your best tie or your heels, your favorite makeup, whatever. And then you get to the office only to be handed a sack letter. Or you just open up your mail and you get a mail from your boss with the usual, "Dear you, we are sorry to let you go." That's kind of devastating. That's kind of frustrating. It's kind of painful, It happened to one of my friends. Okay, I don't want to mention names, but of course, it happened to one of my friends. He woke up one morning, was so excited, he was ready to go to work and giving his best as usual. He got to the office and the atmosphere was just tense. Everybody was like, "Yeah, what's going on? What's going on here?" And one messenger of death began sharing letters to people. It was, will I call it a black day for everybody, because over 15 persons lost their job on that day. That was crazy. Well, why do I say that's crazy? It's crazy because these ones didn't see it coming. They were not prepared for it. And so it was very devastating. It was crazy. Do you know that a lot of people slip into depression because they lost their job, their source of livelihood? A lot of people feel that their whole world is coming crashing on them, especially if you're married. Especially if you have people depending on you, and your 30k job or your 50k job or your 150k job, whatever amount they pay you every month, it's taken away from you. It's very frustrating. Now the thing is this: people get fired for all manner of reasons. People lose their jobs today for all sorts of reasons, and I'm going to be very quick about giving you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reasons why people could lose their job. First on my list is incompetence. Incompetence. When you're in a work environment and you happen to be the weakest link in the team, get ready, you're about to lose your job. If your productivity is very low, if your performance evaluation, when it's done by your HR management team and all of that, reads very low, it means that they are paying you for nothing. And so you're going to lose your job because you are not adding value to the company. Your capacity is questionable. You are incompetent in your delivery. You're going to lose your job. That's one reason. The second reason why you could lose your job is too much competence. The first one I said incompetence. The second one is too much competence. Do you know that when you're very competent about your job, you know your stuff, you know your onions, you know what to do, when to do it, and you're like the king of the organization, people begin to feel threatened. Yeah, some of your colleagues begin to feel out of place because it's a kind of you exposing their mediocre ability, and so they are threatened that this one is outshining everybody, this guy is taking over the whole space, and because of that they begin to scheme and plot to get you out of your job. It happens all the time. The third reason why people get fired is gross misconduct. Of course, when you begin to violate HR policy, you abuse employees' code of conduct. I'm talking about the corporate workplace. You begin to face disciplinary action where you get to lose your job. And the fourth one is economic realities. Economic realities. This happens to people who are, in Africa, you understand, or in Nigeria, or in Yola. In our local setting, you understand that once the economy is bad, once there's inflation or deflation and all of those stuffs, it begins to affect how organizations operate. It affects how businesses run. And so because of the downturn in the economy, people begin to lose their jobs, especially when organizations cannot pay salaries, they can't pay benefits, they can't keep people on their job. It's one reason why they begin to fire people without warning. It just happens. It just happens. You wake up one morning on a Monday morning or Wednesday morning, you get to work and somebody's handing you a sack letter. The last one is organizational restructuring. When an organization experiences restructuring, I'm talking about perhaps you have a new management, you have a new board of trustee, you have a new team coming up on board, and because they want to shake things up, they begin to lay off people. They be like, we have too many staff, we have too many people working for us, I think we should lay people off and all of that. Now, let me bring this back to present day reality. We are just in the post-COVID-19 pandemic, whatever. In that right now, during the height of COVID-19, businesses had to shut down, all right? Organizations had to shut down. People who couldn't afford to work at home and all of those stuffs, I don't know what happened to them. Or would I say we know what happened to them? A lot of people lost their jobs just in this little sphere and span of time. In the last 3 months, we don't have the exact statistics of the number of people who are now out of jobs. Let me tell you something. If you have a work right now, if you're working for anybody, if you're in any organization or company, or you're doing your own thing, you should be grateful to God that you have a job right now, because one of the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic, or the disaster the world experienced, people losing their jobs. Now, I'm not about losing your job. The thing is, how can you protect yourself? How can you protect your mind? How can you protect your mentality? How can you protect your life such that anytime you lose your job, you are still strong? Anytime your job is taken away from you, it doesn't matter if you're a general manager of a bank, it doesn't matter if you're a director of a firm, it doesn't matter if you're a sales girl, a receptionist, or whatever it is that you do for a living. The question is, if your job is taken away from you, all right, if you go to work tomorrow and your boss say, Oma, I don't want you again, pack your load and go, what are you going to do? The question is, how long will it take for you to go broke? Let this sink in. If I lose my job today, how long will it take for me to go broke? How long will it take for me to start begging people, give me 2K, give me 5K, give me 20K, I've got bills to pay. If I lose my job today, how long will it take for the money I think I have in the bank to sustain me? How long is it going to last? The money you have in your bank account today, if you go to work tomorrow and they say, guy, we know you again, come they go, that kind of stuff, how long do you think your money is going to last? 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months? This calls for people to start thinking and to start making preparation for their lives. Okay, and so how do we do that? I tell people, for you to be happy, even if you are given a sack letter, you must prepare. How do you prepare? Number one, listen to me very carefully. If you don't plan your exit, your organization will plan your exit for you. In other words, the day you get your employment letter is the day you begin to plan your exit strategy. So when you're getting your letter, oh, we are hiring your services to become our director or to become our manager or to become the boss of this company and all of this kind of stuff. While you're shouting, yeah, I've got a job now. Yeah, it's time to oppress people. My salary is like 250K or I'm earning like 1 million per annum and all of those stuff. It's okay to be excited and happy, but deep down in your head, you're thinking, now that I've got this job, what is my exit strategy? It is good for you to begin to plan so that nothing happens to you or takes you by surprise. The future shouldn't take you by surprise. These guys that lost their jobs, just quite recently, if anyone told them you're going to lose your job tomorrow, they'd be like, you are a prophet of doom. I don't want to have anything to do with you. But it just struck them and it's so devastating. I'm telling you, a lot of people, begin to have suicidal tendencies because they refused to plan. So the day you get your employment letter, whether you are working right now or you are applying for a job or you finally get a job, the day you get your letter is the day you begin to plan your exit. You begin to ask yourself, how long would I stay in this company? Would I stay for 3 years? Will I stay for 2 years? It doesn't matter what your goals are. If you want to become maybe the manager of that place, you want to become the president of the firm, you want to climb up the ladder. It's okay to have all of those ambitions. But while you are having those ambitions, you are also thinking in your head, if this doesn't happen, what is my exit strategy? The best way to have your plan set in motion is to save money. Save money. It doesn't matter what you're earning, whether it's 30,000 or 50,000 or 150,000 naira per month. Let me tell you something, trouble no dey finish you. Do you understand? Crisis no dey finish. There will always be problem. There will always be issues staring at you at the face. There will always be bills for you to pay. So don't say, I'm just earning 30,000 naira. It's too small for me. My business is just worth 50,000 naira every month. It's too small for me. You've got to save. Yes, you've got to save. That's your best strategy. Always save. Have a budget. Do you understand? You cannot just earn 30,000 naira and blow it, in the month. The problem is most of us, we are living to impress people. We are living beyond our means. You want to own an iPhone, or is it 11 now? What do you guys call it? iPhone 11 Pro or whatever. You want to drive Benz. You're living your life comparing yourself with other persons. You want to wear the Gucci and you want to wear the Versace and all of those stuffs. I don't even know what they call them. See, you don't owe anybody anything. Okay? So don't let anybody put you on pressure. For God's sake, you are earning 50,000 naira. And when I calculate what you're putting on from your head to your toe is worth more than what you eat in a month, something must be wrong with you. Yeah. So don't live a lifestyle that you cannot afford. Do you get? Don't live a lifestyle that you cannot afford. So what I'm saying is this: ensure that you are living within your means. So if you are being paid 30,000 naira in your place of work, or 50,000 or 100,000, ensure that there is a percentage that you save. Don't be balling all the time, just chilling. Tomorrow we die, let's eat, let's groove. Anytime they pay your salary, that's the time you're calling, baby, let's go and chill. Oshe freezer, Oshe chilla. Take it easy. Alright, so always put away money and begin to save for the rainy day. Why do you need to put away money? You need money to start up a side hustle. You need money to start up a side business. I'm going to tell everyone who is working, whether you are a civil servant working for the state government, or you're working for the federal government, or you're working for yourself, or you're working for whoever, ensure that you start up another business. Start up another hustle. See, one income is not enough for you. I'm telling you the truth, one income is not enough for you. Just imagine you lose your job tomorrow. What's going to happen? You start calling people, I've lost my job, let me start applying for another job or something, or you want to go back to the village and start farming. So please start up another business. Yes, whether it is a business of your dream, or some people they annoy me. They be like, I'm not a businessman, or me, I don't have any inclination for business. Guy, you go chop kwakwa, or lol, you go chop kwakwa. So please be innovative. I am working for now, and I'm working somewhere. I'm a training officer in an organization, and I'm also running my own training firm. So that if you pursue me tomorrow, you say, guy, come and be going, I have something I'm falling back on. So there's nothing that stops you from going into business. You want to start selling shoes, please sell shoes. You want to start selling clothes. You want to start selling food items. You want to go into intellectual business. You want to go into IT or something. Ensure that you have another business. The reality of the days we live in today, you can't survive on just one job. You can't survive on just one hustle. I don't care. You know, all these guys that say I work in NGO, maybe you are earning 250K, your head is swelling, you're a big boy. Guy, if your contract or your project finishes next week or next month, what's going to happen? There's this person who is very close to me here. Okay, I reside in Yola, and we have lots of NGOs in Yola. He was doing very well, working for an NGO, but there was no thought of the future. The project came to an end, and this guy's life just changed tremendously because he was not saving money. And I was so shocked. I was like, guy, you were earning 250. That was what he was earning. You were earning 250 when you're working with these guys. What were you doing? He was buying the Versace and the Gucci and the Naira Marley and the whatever, oppressing people that don't even care about him. So please, put away money. I've dwelt that for so long. Put away money and start up a side business. Then the next thing you need to do is to develop yourself. Develop your capacity. Develop yourself so much so that even if a company asks you, come and be going, we no do again, you are fired, get out of our office, you have developed yourself to a point that someone else is willing to hire you. Did you get that? You have developed yourself so much so that even if you lose your job today, it doesn't take you too long to find another job. Why? Because you have worked on yourself. So it's very crazy when people just get their diploma and they are done. You get your BTech and your HIV and your BSc and your AIDS and everything, and you are okay. What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You've got to move beyond your first degree. All right? If you want to get a second degree, please get a second degree. Forget all these people telling you that education is no longer the key. You can blow without going to school. This is Africa, one. This is Nigeria. And our reality is you still need an academic degree. You still need a certificate to explore opportunities in the corporate world. All right? So keep improving yourself. Go for trainings. If you're looking for a trainer, see me here now. See me here now. And if you don't like my face or you don't like my style of training, there are lots of people you can access. Get trained, expand your mind, expand yourself. And so improve your capacity so that you become valuable to another person and to another company. Do you know that some skills that we have now can become obsolete in the next 2 years? The skill that you have now, you should ask yourself, the skill that I possess now, in the next 2 years, would my skill still be in demand? Would I still be sought after? So those of you who say your job is I'm a singer or I'm a rapper, in the next 2 years, do you think people want to listen to rap music? I'm just saying. So you're looking for skills that keep you in business. You're looking for skills that open doors for you. So improve yourself, develop your capacity. I think I've spoken for too long. What's time now? I said 10 minutes. And I know a lot of you want to start logging out because of this guy have sucked all our data and all of that. Okay, let me close by saying this. I always tell people that there is a difference between your work and your job. If you did not get anything I said tonight, get this one. There is a difference between your job and your work. And I'll explain. Your work is what you have been configured by life to do. Your work is what you have been fashioned by nature to do. It is on that work you will find satisfaction and fulfillment. Your job is the vehicle that takes you to your work. Do I say that again? Your work is what you have been configured to do. Your job is what takes you there. So you can lose your job, but not your work. Oh, this is punchline. I'm feeling myself. You can lose your job, but not your work. Okay, let me explain. For me now, I believe I have been configured, I have been wired, and I have been fashioned to speak to people so that I can help them make life a defining decision that strengthens them, adding value to them, behavioral change. That's my work. And the vehicle that takes me there is speech, talking. I understand my work. And so I could get a job as a teacher, as a mass communicator. I can get a job as a press secretary to someone. I can get a job as a public commentator or a motivational speaker working in radio, TV. That's my job. But my work is to speak. Do you get that? So when I lose my job as a teacher, I just lost my job, but not my work. The problem is people don't even understand what their work is because you have stayed at home for 5 years. So any work, please give me. I'm tired of begging for money. I'm tired of staying at home. I'm tired of being unemployed. People are yabbing me. So give me any work. Give me any job. And then they get the job. After 2 months, they are frustrated. They are miserable. And they start displaying shitty attitude. Please discover what your work is. When you discover your work, you are very strong. For now, if I lose my job as a trainer in the organization I am working in right now, I know they shake. Do you understand? If I lose my job as a teacher, whatever, if I lose my job as a radio presenter or as a TV presenter, I'm talking about my line now, I'm okay because I understand my work. Your work would always bring the job. Do you catch that? That's what I'm saying tonight. Your work will always bring the job. But the confusion is, if you don't know what your work is and you lose your job, you want to kill yourself. You want to go back to the village and start selling pomo and all that. You want to start running helter-skelter and start praying and fasting and killing people because you've lost your job. I hope I've been able to add value to you. I don't want to stay for too long. Thank you everybody for joining. I can see Bella, thank you for joining. I can see Lorna, it's my tuning assistant, she's here. Thank you for joining. By Dom is here. Micah, thank you very much for joining. Quincy Sugar is here. Thank you so much for joining. And Victor, all the way from Liberia. Man is always supporting me. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope I've been able to add value to you. I hope I've been able to add value to you. I hope I have been able to add value to you. I could go on and on and on, but I think it's time for me to zoom out. All right, so thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for paying attention. All right, yeah, I can see people saying value added and all that. So thank you very much. So if you get to listen to this broadcast again, let me just know what you think about the video and all of the messages and all of the punchlines that we've dropped today. Thank you so much. I'll be back again next week Wednesday for just 10 minutes. Of course, we're doing this every Wednesday for 10 minutes. So tell all of your people, all of your friends, your family, your associates that somebody is adding value every Wednesday here on Insta Live. Thank you very much for joining me. Let me save your data so that you can do every other thing. Ada Inspired is here. She said she came late. I understand, but you can watch the replay. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for joining me and thank you for supporting the hustle. This is water, please. It's water. Check and drink water now. All right, thanks guys for joining me. See you again next week Wednesday. Yeah, value added. Thank you very much, Bella. Thank you. Value added. Alben is saying the same thing. Thank you very much, everybody, for your beautiful comments. I'll see you again next week Wednesday here at Stanley Speaks 87, and we'll keep doing it. Bye, Don. What are you laughing? What are you laughing at? All right, it's time to go. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Good night.